Hello everyone and welcome back to the events videos for Let's Play Prototype. We got a couple of events to do and, well, they're really spread out this time because that war event is just really on its own for no apparent reason. But yeah, we have a war, 2 kill events, and a return of the consume events for military. Which is a good thing. Now, I would say go to the military consume event first, but, well, placement says otherwise. And we're really getting into the kill events here, because look at all of them. We still haven't done. Well, I think we're about halfway through, at least. But yeah, we have our first event literally under our nose. So we might as well just head on down off of this building and do it. Oh look, it's our old friend Grenade Launcher. Hello! Good. More Grenade Launcher destruction. Yeah, I always like that. So this particular kill event is not really one of my favorites, and one reason for that is that, well, I don't really know how to do it very well. The main strategy I kind of go for is for taking down the tanks as quick as possible, but I find that the area for where the kill event is so far, and you only have a minute to do this event, which means that your score isn't going to be very high. And of course I have a specific goal for all of the events that I'm doing, and well, the goal here seemed really out of my reach for something like this, because I remember doing this a while ago when I was just playing this for fun, and it wasn't really great. I never really did really good on this event. Especially when the military infantry just keep running up and down and all around and... So there's a general run pretty much for you. I usually get about the gold requirement, which is good for now, but not good for later. There is a specific goal that I'm reaching for, however, so let's see how I did it. So do you remember how I cheated on raining fire just to show it off? Well, let's actually use it this time. I didn't expect this to actually go this well, because when I was trying to do this with helicopters, usually the helicopters disappeared, but somehow I was able to get 4 unmanned tanks just sitting around, and these tanks, for some reason, give you 10 points apiece, whereas the ones that are marked only give you 5. And that is something that I do not understand. So in terms of using that exploitation, honestly, I could have gone for even more tanks, but that would have been a bit ludicrous for the goal I was reaching for. Technically, I could have gone for like 9 or 10 of them. I also kind of wish that I understood more about what the title of this event really meant, because I thought it cheeky and fun, but in terms of what its actual purpose is, catch, never really understood it. Other than, you know, try and catch a grenade. Maybe that's just it. Maybe I'm thinking too much out of this. Anyway, 96. Not really the way I wanted to get a score like this, but I couldn't figure out any other way in order to do it. Okay. So as much as I would like to do that legitimately, I just can't. So I'm going to leave it at that. And now let's go on to an event that's actually really fun. Projectiles. Oh, look at this street. Such a good street, such peaceful street. Now, same with the tanks, you can also do with the helicopters and get in and you'll have the option of simply doing the event or just taking the helicopter. But projectiles is really fun because unaffected by day, infected by twilight. Now, here was one thing I was showing off, is that infected water towers are somehow in this area, and they are not they're not considered infected targets. So, if you're looking for quick points there, you're gonna find no points. Now, one interesting thing about this mission is that it's very easy to screw things up. Because the main thing about this event, I said mission, didn't I? Ow. The main thing about this event is that it's very easy to get your helicopter destroyed, because you're going to have things being thrown at you, not by the regular infected, but by the hunters and the new addition that we had last mission, the Hydra. Hydras love throwing cars at you when they're not burrowing into the ground. And if you're really looking in order to kill the Hydra, not really great in order to get your score up really quickly. They give 15 points apiece though. So if you're able to get them down like while you're getting infected down, like that would be okay. But just focusing your firepower on it isn't really a good idea. Also, I thought this was supposed to be not a place that is supposed to be infected, and look at the amount of infected that are everywhere just for the sake of this one event. Like, they're everywhere. Yeah, so the main thing about this event is to keep moving. Constant movement is what is needed, especially for dodging cars. Because they can take a chunk of your health down, even when they just lightly breeze past you, exploding. Now, you may have noticed at the beginning of this event, I should have pointed out when I was talking about water towers, is that the targeting system for the helicopter is a bit weird. And there's our score, 544 points. Oh, I love this event so much because it's just such pleasure for killing infected. And of course, it also affects of increasing your statistics for infected casualties. Was that a sentence? I don't even know anymore. And everything's fine. Everything's thumbs up. 3,000 casualties over the course of this event. And luckily for us, the Consume event actually moved upwards, which is interesting. But talking about the helicopter targeting system, it's a bit weird because sometimes the targeting system can be hooked onto a specific thing. So if you're looking to just manually shoot at specific things, sometimes the helicopter won't let you because it still thinks it's locked onto something. Hi, buddy. I was collecting a glowy ball and you were down here. And look, more web targets. Now, the first one is close enough, so we might as well just head on over there. But, of course, the next few, I might as well just stitch together in a wonderful punch fest. 1, 2, 3! For those of you who are actually wanting web targets and to show off the full path of it, I'm sorry, but it's just not really interesting viewing material. Now, with all of that done, one last place to go, which is all the way down on the other side of the town. City, New York, Manhattan. It's a big place. Raid. Good thing this isn't a bug extermination event, because, well, Raid would be a perfect title for that. So, Raid. Raid is probably one of my most difficult events in terms of my overall performance. There's something about it that I'm just not sure of how to actually do properly. And it's one that I kind of have trouble even getting the gold time on. Which kind of baffles me, because seeing all the other events that I've done so far, you really think I wouldn't have this much trouble on events if, unless it was something that I was trying to do for them. And, well, this one is just difficult naturally for some reason. I don't really understand it either, because this war event is almost no different from Battlefield in terms of what enemies are coming after you. Except for, like, there's the hunters, there's the evolved infected running after you, trying to get all up in your face with a grenade launcher, because our friend grenade launcher has shown up again. But I think the difference between this one and Battlefield is the amount of enemies, the time constraints, and how they spawn in, how each wave spawns in. Because you can have up to 10 hunters at one time, and you have to fight against all of them, which isn't actually that hard because they're easily stunned by the grenade launcher. But I think the most difficult thing that is about this is the regular infected just wandering around. Especially the ones that run after you, because when you hit them with a grenade launcher, they fly up into the sky, they don't die in one hit. And it's rather annoying. Like, I can get the gold time, sure. But that's kinda not what I want to go for more, of course. That's the general theme of what I'm doing with these events, so let's try it again. Yeah, we have to take down a total of 40 infected, which shouldn't be that difficult. But I think the other problem between this event, Raid, and Battlefield is the size of the area that you're dealing with. Raid's area for the event is a lot larger than Battlefield was. So you can kind of see how things can be a bit of an annoyance. Especially when I mentioned back in Battlefield that war events are a mix between your own skill and your ally AI taking down infected for you. And I think that's one of the main issues that I have with Raid, is because the military AI do not do their job as well as they could be doing. Which also, and because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, it makes this event harder because you mix the amount of military that you have with you, and they're also spread out so far because of the size of the area that you're fighting in. So you can kind of see that there are going to be infected enemies just in really far distances between each other, and no infected in that area in order to take them down, which means that you're going to be wasting so much time getting over there and hopefully having a grenade hit them well, because when you're flying up into the air and just targeting them, usually it's not good enough, because the targeting system is not perfect in this game. So overall, this is definitely going to be one of those events that I'm going to be coming back to later on. Maybe when I have a better grenade launcher, more upgrades for it, and possibly it's because I'm actually able to use powers other than that, as long as they don't ruin the military disguise, but I'll have to come back to when I'm able to use a lot more abilities. So I'll see you next time, everyone, as we do more events, and eventually we'll come back to this one. See you next time, everyone!